Oh, my eyes are gonna burn.
What, to see this?
Yeah.
I hope that it works. But we can't have them this close. Is it ever too late to transplant a zucchini? So if you're a new gardener, not pointing any fingers, the first thing you want to do is just plop those plants in the ground if you buy them from a nursery. And it wasn't until 1 month later that I had the idea to go and look up how many should actually be in one spot, which unsurprisingly is only one. Here it comes.
Oh no.
Wow. There was 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that would not have worked out well. Wow.
Oh, it's a baby.
So upon finding that there were actually 5 in one spot, that's way too many that are all competing for the same resources. Out of 5, it seemed like if I transplanted what I thought were 2, but really ended up being 3, something would survive. Well, hello, tomato. Neighbor has moved in, huh? Those are pretty good odds that despite the fact that I was disturbing the roots of all of the systems rather than just trimming off 4 and letting the one that I hoped would survive, it seemed like good odds that I could move some of these. So that's what we did. We transplanted them and hoped for the best. One of the most important tips, if not the most important tip, is to transplant in the evening. Allow the plant to adjust to its new home in the cooler hours overnight. I would not have high hopes of anything surviving if I did this in the morning and then asked it to make it through the 100+ degree temperatures that we have during the day. Even if you're in a cooler environment, plan on doing the transplanting in the evening. I have to give a big shout out to Pillow Kitty for that reminder. Thank you. We also put some root stimulant on it to hopefully shock the roots into just growing as fast as possible. Put that energy in the roots so that it can get reestablished. Even if you don't have root stimulant, some form of moisture, just plain old water, will also help. You just need something to help the roots adjust to their new home. I will admit, I didn't move the last 2. First, they were pretty intertwined, really close together. And second, they were already producing zucchini, which, if we're going to gamble, I'm going to prioritize leaving the ones that are at least giving us something to eat. I will go over how to eliminate this predicament towards the end. The next day was hardcore. Let's see. Oh, this isn't good. Oh no. There was immediate shock. Some shock was totally expected with the poor leaves that were just reeling. There was so much on the ground, just there. It's totally wilted. It was terrible. Oh, wow. So my guess is that we're going to lose all of these outside leaves. They're just going to dry up. I mean, what? Plants are supposed to be 70 to 90% water, but maybe these top ones will come back. Or maybe they're just too far to have the same dramatic effect. Oh, goodness. But looking over here, this one's happy, except for that leaf. But the good news is that the ones that were left in place, they had no shock at all, and everything seemed to go well with them. Once that initial shock wears off, oh, it's already crispy. It's only been an hour. Oh, man. You have dead leaves to cut off. But then what's left behind, even if it's just at that basic center, it starts to grow. After cutting off all of the leaves that just died off, the main plant still stayed alive, even on the baby one. And after 1 week, this is what we found. All of the transplants survived, and all of the plants would have been viable in a more hospitable environment. Here in the low desert of Arizona, in May, the temperatures were climbing. So unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot of production other than flowers. Despite hand pollinating between the male and female flowers, the pollen just wasn't viable with the rising temperatures. In fact, all 8 of our plants, which were planted in 3 different beds, all died within days of each other. So it was nothing personal, it's just how this experiment ended. So the main takeaway is this. With a success rate of 100%, yes, you can transplant zucchinis at, I would say, pretty late in the game and have a wonderful harvest if it is the right time of year. However, after seeing how much leaf miner activity we had on the leaves, I'm not sure where that came from, if it was from our garden after the fact, or if it was something that was picked up at the nursery. I would definitely plant these by seed next time around. And in that case, as you can see, we're doing square foot gardening here. I would only put 2 seeds per square, and then I'd like to say cut the one off that isn't as strong as the other one, but honestly, I probably wouldn't have the heart and I would try to transplant it again. So take heart, go ahead, try to transplant your zucchinis, and hopefully you will have an abundant zucchini harvest. Thanks for watching.
Dig it in.